is the internet full of naked girls posing for me and doing sex stuff, like, related to Christmas, because I've made a million videos about how I'm Santa Claus, and I've like invented this town called Elfton, and like every day I invent stuff. Like just yesterday I invented high energy nuclear radiation desalination, which means like basically you move salt water to an area and then you always just bomb that area, versus like, I mean, I started thinking maybe I could do some field pools, and like what I realized is like I could do that like, cause I could just, the salt could just pile up and the salt could be radioactive, then you fill the water and then the salt goes into the water, and then like it's like the water is getting less and less radioactive over time, but it doesn't mean it will ever stop being radioactive. That's not what I'm trying to talk about. What I'm talking about is like why I'm quitting inventing things. Because like every single day I invent stuff. Like if you've watched me, like I'll invent like 2 things a day where you're like, dude, you really came up with that? And that's what happened yesterday with this desalination via radiation. Because like everything I read online about nuclear stuff is like, it's a lot of heat. You don't understand. That's so much heat. It's just so much heat. And like when I hear them, I go, it's so much heat. Heat is not what's causing like the evaporation. Because I was trying to read about like rivers in Hiroshima and Nagasaki and stuff like that. And these people, no, it was so much heat. It was so much heat. And I'm going, all right, dude, the heat lamp will not evaporate the freaking water, the salt water. You know what evaporates the salt water? There's something else in the sun. And it has to do with radiation. It has to do with the things you can't see, the things you can't feel. It has to do with science. And I figured that shit out. And I am someone who's out of so much food and I just need to go outside. Like that's the real thing. Like I know what happens is I have like these dumplings, and I can make like 2 of them and add it to my fried rice, and I know they will last, and I can last like another week. I can't believe I have meat for a week. But what I'm trying to say is like I don't want to have to like I feel like I need to stop working. And I think that a smart person like me goes, wait, all you have to do is give that guy some weed and some food? Like, that guy just invented, like, that yesterday. Like, and the day before that, he invented that. And the day before that, he invented that. And the day before that, he invented that. And you can say I didn't invent the way of doing the tallest building in the world, but I did that shit. And like, I know that you guys are going, oh, actually, you haven't built it. I have built the tallest building in the world. Like, I know I figured out how to build that shit with, like, no money. You think Donald Trump wouldn't build that building if he had the money? Or if he knew to build it? Everyone wants to build that building. And so you can say that I didn't invent that shit. I invented that shit. And I deserve some freaking money. I deserve some food.